She came to Hollywood to be seen. And for a while, Christa Helm was everywhere. At the parties, beside the stars, and dangerously close to the people who controlled the town. But fame has a dark side. Beauty, ambition, secrets, and a murder Hollywood never solved. That's today on Death in Entertainment.
Live from Los Angeles.
911, what is your emergency?
Here in Hollywood now.
2 counts of murder,
Injury and death.
Oh my God!
Shocking new details
that has stunned the entertainment world.
This makes me a little nervous.
The hair stood up on my arms.
Just like in the movies.
What do you call this thing anyway?
Death
In entertainment.
Greetings, Deado Universe. How the hell are you? It's Kyle Plouffe. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Thank you, everybody, for listening last week. We've got a new, explosive Hollywood murder to talk about today. The unsolved murder of Christa Helm. And joining me today to talk about it, you know him, you love him, Greg Hoey, everybody.
What's up, everyone? How you guys doing out there?
Yeah, we are doing good. And as we are doing good, we are also getting in the car and going to February 1977.
Oh, shit.
So February 1977, Jimmy Carter has been president for less than a month. America's still coming down from the television event of Roots. Kunta Kinte hitting up our screens. And at the movies, Rocky is the champ. It's at #1 in the U.S. For the weekly box office in late January and stayed there through every February chart week into March.
Damn.
And ends up taking some Academy Awards with it that month as well. On television, the biggest regular shows are Happy Days, Before It Jumped the Shark, Laverne and Shirley, MASH, Charlie's Angels, The $6 Million Man, Beretta, One Day at a Time, All in the Family, and Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh, shit.
ABC's on fire. Fonzie is still television royalty. Farrah Fawcett is everywhere. And Roots, which aired at the end of January, is still the national conversation after becoming one of the biggest TV events in American history. On the radio, February belongs to soft rock, disco, and heartbreak. Fleetwood Mac releases Rumors.
Ooh.
The Billboard #1 singles that month are Torn Between Two Lovers by Mary McGregor, Blinded by the Light by Manfred Mann's Earth Band,
Oh, shit.
and New Kid in Town by the Eagles.
Blinded by the Light. Always, the lyrics always get messed up. People don't know what those are.
Do you know what they are?
I do not. Wrapped up like a douche.
Oh, yeah, that's that's what I say anyway. The news is grim. On February 4th, a Chicago elevated train derails in the loop, killing 11 CTA commuters. On February 8th, Hustler publisher Larry Flynt is sentenced in Cincinnati on obscenity and organized crime charges.
Damn.
On February 12th, actress Christa Helm is murdered on a Hollywood sidewalk. Now let's get into it. So before we get into the murder, before the diary, before even Tony Sirico, I bullshit you not, somehow walks into this story, we start in Milwaukee. Christa Helm was born Sandra Lynn Volfile on November 11th, 1949 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, Milwaukee's not the first city that really comes to mind when you think future Hollywood starlet murdered in a mystery involving sex diaries and vanished tapes.
Right? Yeah. That's more of like a Jeffrey Dahmer or...
Serial killer, grave digger, that kind of place.
Yes.
Ain't it a bitch?
Was Wayne Gacy from Milwaukee? No.
He was around there.
Okay.
I believe it was Illinois, but I believe he might have murdered somebody in Wisconsin as well.
He looks like he's from there.
Yeah, he's got the look. Milwaukee is more bitter cold, bitter beer, bitter people. But Sandra wanted more than that. It was known Sandra wanted to be a star from childhood. She would sing, dance, and tell people she was going to be a movie star. And if you're a little girl in Milwaukee saying that in the 50s, people probably smile politely, pat you on the head, and then go back to whatever cheese-based emergency they were handling.
Sure, kid, sure.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's why so many people growing up, like, anybody could be the president. And you'd be like, even me? And they'd be like, no.
No, not you.
Literally anyone else. But Sandra wasn't joking. She really wanted out. She wanted to become someone. And she eventually did. But before that reinvention, she had a very real, very complicated life. She was the oldest of 3 daughters, and her parents, Harry and Dolores Volfile, they Volfiled for divorce
Hey, come on now.
when she was very young. And by her teens, Sandra's life was already moving fast. When she was just 17, she had a shotgun wedding with a 26-year-old karate instructor.
Yeah, named Gary.
Yeah.
Now suck my dick, Gary.
Yeah, Team America. A guy named Gary that runs a dojo in a strip mall seemed like the perfect mate for her at the time, but she was 16 when they met.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
She was working there. She was also training and was impregnated by the significantly older dojo owner.
I heard rumors that he might have been 34 as well, too. Some say 26, some say 34.
Yeah, I've read the same thing. So somewhere in between, one of those.
He's like, I was 26.
Yeah, because I had 34, then I deleted it, wrote 26, and then was like, wait a second, some of them still say 34. So who the hell knows? Her daughter, Nicole, was born just a few months after that wedding. But within a couple of years, Christa became restless and left to pursue her dream. 17 years old.
Damn.
A baby leaving a baby.
Yeah.
Her marriage did not become the stable family life that anyone had hoped for her. This is where people judge her, and a lot of people did. She left her daughter behind in the care of a trusted friend while she chased fame. That's tough.
Yeah.
Be like, Mommy wants to be a star. You stay here.
Clearly not the best decision.
No. It's one of the saddest parts of the story because her daughter, Nicole, later said that she was told that they would eventually be reunited.
Gotcha.
So essentially what the deal was like, okay, you take care of my daughter. I'm going to go to New York and LA. And once I get solid footing, I'll take her back. And sadly, that never happened.
Yeah.
So when she leaves Milwaukee, her first stop is to go to a city with a lot of bright lights. Not yet LA. The first stop was New York City.
Oh, New York.
New York City! Because if you're trying to reinvent yourself in the early 70s, New York is basically a giant barrel full of artists, models, weirdos, hustlers, rich people hanging out with broke people.
Yep.
And people who somehow never have a job but always know where the best parties are. It's perfect. When Sandra got to New York, she began building the person she always wanted to see. And that person was Christa Helm.
She started building some tits on her as well, too.
Sandra Volfile sounds like someone who reminds you your dentist appointment is next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Christa Helm sounds like the woman who walks into a producer's bungalow and leaves with a fur coat, a job offer, and somebody's marriage in shambles. It's a movie star name, and so that's what she was really going for.
Yeah, I think there was like a James Bond type movie series. I forgot with who, but his last name was Helm. So that's what they think that she might have got that name from.
Gotcha. She understood something brutal about show business. Before anyone cares what you do, they care what you look like when you went to the room. So she was always, dressing to the nines, going to parties, trying to make appearances. And for a lot of people, going to a party is just going to a party.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people in New York and LA, going to a party is a performance.
Yes.
It's a chance to gain some power, gain some connections.
Yeah. I went to, my ex-girlfriend was in the PGA, and I was at a party, and there was some directors there, there were some actors there.
Yeah.
And she was like, people are going to come up to you, they're going to ask who you are, see if you're important, and then they're going to walk away. Yeah. I was like, no way. They're like, what are you doing? I was like, not much. I'm just up here from New Hampshire. They're like, see you later.
See ya. Yeah. Yeah, nothing will make somebody in LA run faster.
Yeah. I was like, all right, well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, was it? Christa was described as having model good looks and a splashy personality. Those traits made her a natural for New York's early 1970s party scene. Her sister remembered that if Christa entered a room and people didn't notice, she would basically turn around, come back in, and do the entire entrance again.
I went to high school with a few of those people.
Yeah. But that would be even sadder if the second time still nobody gave a shit.
Let me try this a third time, 3 times a charm.
I would just leave and just get on a plane and fly away. And
She
never
just jumped out the window.
It's funny to think about, but it's also super sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Because that's a level of needing to be seen that usually comes from some deep wound.
She's probably a Leo.
Hey, just like us. Look at us talking into mics, trying to get attention.
Notice me.
Please, for the love of God, somebody say something nice about me. She entered New York's party world, and she found people who could help her. One of the first important figures was Stuart Duncan, a wealthy patron of the arts. Duncan took an interest in her career and possibly 2 other things located on her chest and opened doors for her. Christa threw parties for major names, including the Rolling Stones, And she was actually named Cosmopolitan's Bachelorette of the Month.
Oh, shit.
Now we're seeing the machine starting to work for her. She's not famous yet, but she's around fame.
Yep.
If you're in the right room enough times, people start assuming there must be a reason.
Yeah. People are starting to notice when she walks in the second time now. Yeah. Like, oh, there she is.
Yeah. She doesn't even have to do the second time anymore. Because when you're in the room, people are like, oh, you must be talented. You must be rich. Maybe you're sleeping with the right people. Maybe all three.
Yeah.
Christa also developed a close friendship with a flamboyant designer named Lenny Barron. At this stage, Christa is doing exactly what hopefuls have always done. She's networking. In the pre-internet age, networking doesn't mean, sending LinkedIn messages and having awkward coffee dates. It means parties, rich men, nightlife, living the dream.
She's living La Vida Loca.
Big time. It means relationships that are part romantic, part financial, part social, part strategic. I think that's the biggest one.
Yep.
I hope this person can get me closer to the camera. And that's where people love to judge women like Christa. They'll say she was using people, and maybe she was. But this is the thing that a lot of people don't talk about. Hollywood's using you too.
Oh my God, yeah.
So-
Chew you up and spit you out.
Yeah, that's the deal.
Yep.
She had the beauty, charisma, sexuality, and ambition, and the men around her had the money, access, names, and power. Everybody is trading something. That's why in LA and New York, a lot of, places with rich, powerful people, you will see just a troll of a man with an extremely hot woman.
Yeah.
You're like, how does that happen? This is exactly how it happens.
Yeah, he's got connections.
Yes. Everybody's trading something. People in the industry, they're just a little bit more honest about the transaction that's happening.
Yep.
And then in 1973, she got the thing she had been chasing, her big break. Stuart Duncan gave her the starring role in a movie. The movie was called Let's Go for Broke, which is a great title because in retrospect, it sounds less like a movie and more like a warning.
Yeah.
Stuart Duncan gave Christa the starring role in Let's Go for Broke. Like I said, in 1973, the movie opened in Cincinnati in 1974 and closed after just 4, not weeks, days.
Wow.
4 days.
Damn.
That is not a theatrical run.
It's a bad weekend.
Yeah, bad long weekend. But to Christa, this was supposed to be her star vehicle. And you got to imagine what that felt like. It's like you're coming from Milwaukee. You got the teenage marriage. You're leaving your daughter behind. You're going to New York. You're having to do things that you're probably not proud of to try to make yourself, and you finally get the shot.
Yeah, you get your big break and you fall right in your face.
Yeah, you're on the move. You're on the poster.
Yeah.
And then it just dies immediately.
Yeah, that's got to be devastating. How do you recover from that?
I don't know. I've never even gotten that far. When you sacrifice things for a dream, when you feel like you've sacrificed a part of yourself, and when the dream doesn't pay off, it's got to hurt. It's got to sting that much more because what you've had to do to chase it.
Oh, yeah.
Still, she didn't stop. And that's another thing about her. She was not easily embarrassed out of wanting what she wanted. After Let's Go for Broke failed to launch her, she headed to Hollywood and landed bit roles in Wonder Woman and Starsky and Hutch.
Oh.
So she's working.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but enough to keep the hope alive.
She's working with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't, it was just enough, like I said, to keep the hope alive. And that's the cruelest thing that Hollywood and just the promise of celebrity can give you. Not success, but the hope. Hope keeps you paying rent you can't afford.
Well, if you have that character where you can bounce back from that type of stuff, it seems to, give you more character maybe and maybe allow you to be more successful.
Mm-hmm. So now Christa's in Los Angeles, and this is where the story changes. Because New York made her, Hollywood, it may have swallowed her.
Yeah.
By the mid-1970s, Christa Helm was living the Hollywood life. Not the polished award season version, the other Hollywood. The one with mansions, parties, cocaine-induced promises.
Let's go.
There's a lot of those out there.
Hi, I'm Eric Clapton.
Where's my son? Shit. Tears in heaven. One of the biggest songs of his career.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, Her daughter Nicole remembered visiting her mother at a Beverly Hills mansion belonging to financier Bernie Kornfeld. She described it as an enormous and spectacular mansion with maids' quarters that they never even knew existed in homes before.
Damn.
It's like side parts of the house. There's a whole wing that's dedicated to the people who work there.
Big corn.
Yeah. The kind of place that would make a child understand instantly that her mother was living in a world very different from Milwaukee. So it's like at least her daughter got to know that she wasn't just pretending to live glamorously. Like she was actually getting access to the real side of Hollywood that, you know, could change their lives.
Yes.
So she was constantly around wealth, celebrities, and around people with private lives and public images. At this time, she had quote unquote spent time with people like Joe Namath.
I want to kiss you.
I want to kiss you. What was that, Susie Colbert?
Yes, one of my favorite clips of all time. I fucking love it.
I remember watching it live in high school.
That's so good.
So she was spending time with guys like Broadway Joe, Mick Jagger, Warren Beatty, and even the Shah of Iran.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Now, does that mean every rumored relationship was exactly what the later gossip made it into? No. But it does prove that Christa knew people. And some of those people had a lot to lose.
I mean, yeah, she was sleeping with a lot of people, like women included.
Yes.
She was double dipping, licking, and flicking.
Hey! Flipping in reverse. She was up to a lot. And because she was up to a lot, it was dangerous if she kept records of everything she was getting into. Christa's friends said that she kept a secret sex diary with a rating system.
Uh-oh.
Which that would be hard to read as a guy.
Yeah.
Seeing you get a 1 star.
Wait, 1 star is the best, right?
Yeah, it must be because it's next to my name.
This guy's a 10, but I'm a 1. Oh.
That's great. Yeah, I would, as a man, not be wanting to be privy to that information.
Yeah.
Or want anyone else to be privy to that information.
Oh, my God.
Investigators later learned that she allegedly recorded encounters with celebrity boyfriends. So, yeah.
Now I got to see what Joe Namath was ranked. He's probably number 1 at kissing.
Yeah.
Or 10. You get a 10 for kissing.
Imagine if he wasn't.
Yeah.
He's just very confident. That happens with a lot of guys. You know, you get the money, the power, the success, and you could still be absolute fucking horse shit in bed. But you don't know that, or you don't care.
Yeah.
You still get your rocks off. So who cares about
Works
the 1 star?
every time.
So she's got the secret sex diary with full-on details of relationships and sexual encounters. It could be, you know, when you're on the other side looking at it, if you're one of the guys in there, you're like, are you building a memoir, a blackmail file?
Right.
Is this a fucking bit or what's going on? But in Christa's world, this was dangerous. 1970s Hollywood was not exactly known for healthy boundaries, conversations on consent, or powerful men being, known for taking accountability well. If Christa was recording people or keeping detailed notes, she was creating receipts. And, you know, it could have been for a book. It could have been for protection. Could have been for leverage. Maybe because she enjoyed drama. Maybe because she wanted proof that these famous men knew her.
I did sleep with Joe Namath, and he was a 10.
Christa spent her whole life trying to be seen. A diary full of names is a way of saying, I was there. I knew them, and yet they knew me. But to the men in the diary, if those names existed, it may have looked very different. To them, it might have looked like a threat.
Yeah.
And that's the tragic math of Christa Helm's life. What she may have seen as proof of her importance, someone else may have seen as a reason to panic. That's a good point.
Yep. Could have been cheating on their wives.
Yes. I mean, as we're seeing with Mike Vrabel and
Oh, man.
Diana Rossini,
Yeah.
their whole, both of their marriages are in shambles at
God
this
damn
point.
it, Vrabel. We were just at the Super Bowl.
We just had the Super Bowl and now you're getting caught.
There's going to be no controversy next year at all. I know it.
So this is the part of the story that gives the case its legend. The diary, the tapes, the missing purse, and the secrets. Christa kept that love diary and tape recordings of encounters with rich and famous men. The tapes were significant, investigators said, because they could have supplied a motive if there was an extortion or even the thought of extortion. Because someone doesn't actually have to be blackmailed to become dangerous. They only have to believe they might be. Fear can be the motive. Embarrassment can be motive. Exposure can be motive. A powerful man imagining his private life becoming public can become very stupid very quickly.
Right. She said I had a micro penis?
Fuck! And apparently Christa knew just how dangerous this stuff was because her friend Darlene Thorenson repeatedly warned her that making tapes in secret was dangerous. And she said she believed Christa was playing with fire.
Yeah.
And she was. Because like you said, if you're recording people in secret or documenting relationships with powerful, jealous, married, image conscious, or unstable people, you are absolutely playing with fire.
Absolutely.
There are so many people with so many different things to lose, and they will fucking kill you for it.
Yes. Especially in that business.
Yeah. She's not hanging around with kindergarten teachers and tax accountants.
Yeah.
These are beloved, wealthy music industry people, actors, athletes.
Yeah, you're fucking with their money. If you're fucking with their money, then, they're liable to get violent.
Yep. By the winter of 1977, Christa was still chasing fame. The movie had not made her a star. The TV appearances were small. So now she was trying music.
Oh.
Specifically, she was involved in a very interesting recording session, I'll just say. Cold case detectives said that this was Christa's final attempt at fame. A recording session she set up in the winter of 1977. The session involved producer and disc jockey Frankie Crocker, backup singer Debbie Danilo, and another singer, Patty Collins, along with a keyboard player, Blair Aronson. In this recording session, this is where everything kind of turns into a fucking grenade. Apparently, she had been fucking every single person in the room.
That's what I heard. Yeah, okay.
It's like, my God, you don't want to speak ill of the dead, but this is literally what came out after.
Yeah.
They were getting, mad at each other because one person was having sex with Frankie, and then they found out that Christa was having sex with Frankie.
She's sucking and fucking everybody here.
Sucking and fucking everyone. Blair Aronson told detectives he slept with Christa the night before she died and that Debbie caught him, though Debbie denied the account. In the middle of it is Christa trying to make a disco record and trying to keep people interested and trying to keep control of her own narrative. But maybe she was losing control.
Yeah. You
got a room full of people trying to make a song with each other or an entire record, and they all want to fuck and hate each other.
It's the big orgy.
Yeah. Darlene Thorenson, who had not previously spoken with police, later remembered getting a postcard from Christa shortly before her death. In that postcard, Christa apparently said she was in over her head and involved in something she could not get out of. What is that exactly? We don't know. What was she in over her head with?
Right.
A relationship. The music project where everyone's sucking and fucking?
Yeah.
Famous men, jealous women? A blackmail situation?
Is it the karate situation?
Is it? Yes. Is it the angry Dojo Gary coming back for what's his? A dangerous party circle? Like, we really don't know. And that's what makes everything so haunted. It tells us she feels trapped, but it doesn't tell us by what or whom. So that brings us to February 12th, 1977, West Hollywood. Retired detective Larry Gansey, the original lead detective, later recalled that Christa had come home from a party with a girlfriend, and she ended up saying she was headed to see her agent, Sandy Smith.
Which is a dude, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. What was his name? Was it Sanford?
Yeah. I just heard Sandy Smith. I'm like, is this a dude or?
But yes, it was a gentleman. Everything about it feels normal for Christa until it becomes wildly out of control. Christa went to Lloyd Place outside the home of her agent, and there she was attacked. She was approached by someone who stabbed and bludgeoned her outside of the home, and reports said the attack was violent and passionate. Said Christa had been stabbed between 20 and 30 times.
Oh, the person I listened to said they used a meat cleaver or something like that.
Oh my God. I mean, 20 plus stab wounds and with a cleaver, if that's the case.
Yeah, if it's a cleaver.
It's not casual violence. We're talking about rage, overkill, someone who's close enough to strike over and over again with the intent to strike over and over again.
I'll show you as a micro penis.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because when investigators look at overkill, they generally see it as a lot of the times as someone who knew the victim.
Yeah, it's usually personal.
Yes, extremely personal, and they really go overboard.
Yep.
Because of how much hatred they have for that person.
Yeah, essentially almost like a crime of passion, essentially.
Right. So it's like, could a random robbery become that violent? Sure.
Yep.
Could a predator do it? Yeah.
But it's more likely that it's like a lover or a former friend that is jealous or jaded in somehow.
Yeah. They either have something to lose or they're very upset with someone. Nearby, actor John Grease was 19 years old and staying at his mother's house. It was reported that Grease heard a terrifying scream went outside but could not see what happened. The next day, law enforcement came around and they were just asking people if they had seen or heard anything unusual. This detail is awful because it was so close. He was close enough to hear her screaming for her life. Close enough that police later told him that if he just walked out into the street from the front door, he would have seen the attack.
Ooh.
Can you imagine just hearing that sound and not knowing if you were hearing a murder?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
It's got.
I don't know what I would do, you know.
Yeah.
I would like to think that I would go out and help. But, you know, I could just like turn the volume up a little bit more. Like, I don't know about this. I don't want to get involved.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not getting involved with this domestic. That was, a Family Guy joke where Horton hears a domestic disturbance. And then he just goes, well, she probably deserved it. And turns the TV up. I mean, you don't know. You want to think that you would try to do something or at least call the police. But in major cities, well, there's, screaming from time to time, and not everybody calls the police every time.
Yeah, you look out your window, it's like, is that red wine? No, it's probably just spilled red wine right there.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I'm being punked.
So he told police he didn't know if it was a baby screaming or an animal being slaughtered.
Jesus. Sounds like a Fisher cat.
Yeah. Yeah, those are very scary. Makes you think that, when people back in the day described hearing screams in the woods.
Yeah.
If it was just that.
Yeah, because I've never heard a Fisher cat, and I heard one the other night, like near my house. I let my dog out off leash, and I heard that fucking cry. I was like, get the fuck back here.
Yeah, it's so terrifying. So Christa's purse also was missing from the crime scene. They said that her diary may have been inside that purse.
No.
And with it gone, investigators hit dead ends. And that's what stays with this case. There's a woman lying dead in the street. They said she was kind of positioned under a parked car.
Yep.
Her purse is gone, her diary's gone, and her tapes back at her house are gone. Hollywood secrets suddenly scattered into the night.
Did they ever record the disco song? Do we ever get any of that music?
I can check. I don't believe so.
Damn it.
I'll confirm that.
It was the original bow, bow, bow.
Everybody fucking. So the first investigators, they have a nightmare on their hands, not just because of the violence, because of Christa's actual life. Detectives quickly realized the case would be more difficult because Christa had a complicated life and plenty of people who might have wanted to kill her.
Yeah.
It's like the episode Who Shot Mr. Burns? The Simpsons. Everyone wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And it ended up being Maggie.
Taking candy from a baby. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. There's celebrity names. There's lovers, both male and female. There are jealous partners, drug-connected party people, and underneath it all, a dead actress.
Now, do you find out who found her body? Because I found some information. This guy, Thurman Brooms.
Okay.
He found her body, and he actually later met tragedy himself. He was murdered in a drug assassination.
Shut up.
And weirdly, his name was in one of Prince's thank you liner notes.
What?
Yeah. Of one of his albums, and they don't know why. But
wow.
The story I listened to said that. I was like, that's kind of fucking strange.
Jesus. Well, there's even more connected to this case with other people being murdered too. It's fucking insane. So add that to the list. She was murdered February 12th, 1977. Exactly 1 year earlier, on February 12th, 1976, actor Sal Mineo had been murdered in the same neighborhood.
Whoa.
Newspapers at the time noticed the similarities. Both were stabbed, both were killed on February 12th, both in the same neighborhood, and there were no known witnesses to either case.
Wow.
Creepy shit.
Yeah.
If you pitch that in a screenplay, they would be like, nah, it's too on the nose.
Right?
At first, that lead fizzled because investigators believed the suspect in Mineo's murder was originally in custody when Christa was killed. But later, cold case detectives learned that the man convicted in Mineo's murder, Lionel Williams, was not in police custody at the time and was not arrested till after Christa's death. So people are looking at this dude like, oh, was he the dude who actually killed them both? We still do not know. Yeah, because if the original investigators closed off that line of inquiry too early, the case may have lost crucial time and evidence.
Yep.
Christa's case went cold, and it sat there. While it sat there, the legend grew. The diary, the tapes, the names, the missing evidence. And then decades later, her daughter actually started pushing for police to actually do something. After years of pressure from Nicole, detectives Larry Bradenberg and Tom Harris of the LA County Sheriff's Department Cold Case Unit took up the case. And as they started pulling the thread, the case got even stranger to them. Because suddenly, years before The Sopranos, who walks in but Paulie Walnuts?
Out of the woods.
Tony Sirico appears in the Christa Helm file. Reports indicate that detectives interviewed Sirico in 2006. At the time of Christa's death, he was an up-and-coming actor who knew some of the same people Christa knew. They were
I don't know her.
Yeah, never heard of her. According to investigators, Christa's roommate said Sirico was sent to Christa's residence after the murder and removed the tapes from her room at someone's request. Sirico denied going to the apartment and denied knowing the roommate. Detectives emphasized that he was not a suspect, but a witness they wanted information from.
She was sleeping with Tony Soprano. Getting rid of the evidence for him.
Ooh, my gabagool. Yeah, so that's the biggest theory of who took the tapes is Tony fucking Sirico.
Fucking crazy.
It's so crazy to think about. You know, this guy becomes infamous from one of the best TV shows of all time. But before that, he may have been up to some seedy stuff.
Oh.
But maybe not for the worst reason. We'll get to that in a second. If someone went to Christa's apartment after her death and removed the tapes, that means the cleanup may have started almost immediately. Not necessarily a murder cleanup. Maybe a reputation one. Maybe one out of panic. Maybe we need to get this stuff out of here before the cops, tabloids, or the wrong people see it type of cleanup.
Yeah.
And that's very Hollywood.
Yes, very Hollywood.
Because when someone dies in Hollywood, the first emotion is fear of legal exposure.
Yep.
So this is crazy. Years later, many of Christa's missing belongings turned up at the home of her close friend, Lenny Barron, that I was talking about at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Including furniture, crystal jewelry, furs, and clothing, but not the diary or tapes.
Yeah. So that was never recovered?
No.
Wow.
So far, nothing. Detectives believed that Lenny may have sent Sirico to clean out the apartment to protect Christa's reputation and prevent information about the recordings or her sexual history from becoming public.
Damn.
So they are theorizing that Lenny was trying to protect her, not anyone else.
This guy's quite the mobster before he became a mobster.
Yeah. So that is, pretty sad that her friends were looking to protect her reputation, which also it comes up. We haven't done an episode on her, but Janis Joplin, when she died, her place of death is a hotel off of Hollywood Boulevard. It's a stop on the Hollywood Walk of Death. And it was crazy because Thomas Noguchi, who was like the famous medical examiner in LA, he had done Natalie Wood, anybody who's famous. He pretty much took their bodies in and did all the testing. And everything.
That's why that name sounds familiar then.
and the crime scene investigation as well he would do. So when he went, he noticed that there was heroin and a needle on the desk. When they had taken her body out, they made the mistake of, trusting the hotel to keep people out. But they just closed the door. They didn't lock it. They had like crime scene tape over the door.
Yep.
When they returned to do more investigating, they noticed that the heroin and the needle were gone.
Ooh.
And they didn't know why. Well, they thought, maybe someone either wanted the clout from having it or they wanted to actually use it.
Yeah. Random junkies like sick.
But it turned out that it was actually people she knew that were trying to protect her because they didn't want people to know that she was an intravenous drug user.
Yeah.
But it came out in the news that she had overdosed on heroin. That was the reason she died. And then after they announced that, the heroin and needle were returned to its original position in the room.
Yeah, it's like when Mama Cass died, like someone snuck in and stole the ham sandwich. We don't want that rumor starting.
Yeah, we don't need these people making jokes.
Yeah.
But then they had to bring it back. So yeah, there's, one big theory out there that this was all to protect Christa. So they meant well. They wanted to preserve her dignity.
Yeah, at least they mean well about it,
Yeah, exactly. But, without the diary and tapes, we don't know.
Yeah.
Or on the other hand, we have the theory where, famous men and secret tapes, they don't like it too much.
Yeah.
Detectives discovered Christa had not only upscale famous friends, but also friends from what they call the seedy side of life.
Oh, shit. Was she friends with O.J. Simpson? Uh-oh. Where was he?
Street people, drug dealers, and people from the darker circle around her. Which, that's just normal everyday life in LA in the entertainment industry. I would say most. We've seen it with Matthew Perry. People you've never heard of. Everyone's looking to have a good time all the time.
Yeah.
It's not a place to go and raise a family.
Plus, LA and California in the 70s was a haven for fucking serial killers.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer that a lot of these famous people are hanging out with coke dealers and weed dealers and, you know, party enhancers. It's a hedonistic place with a lifestyle that's just fast and loose.
Let's go.
So one of the people that came up constantly in these conversations was this guy, Rudy Mazzella. Mazzella was known for anything goes parties.
Yeah, he sounds sketchy.
Open the door, have some coke, and get to sucking and fucking. And Christa was well known to attend these parties. Detectives described this Mazzella character as a drug dealer with a bad reputation, known to carry guns and knives, and said his ex-wife was terrified of him.
Jesus.
Then came what the news has called like a confession of sorts. In July 1977, a woman told police that her boyfriend said Rudy had claimed he murdered Christa. Mazzella was questioned and denied involvement. Detectives later said he may have been the kind of guy who bragged about things he didn't do.
Yeah. Just trying to sound cool.
Yeah, exactly. There's people, even ISIS will do it. When there's a bombing or even something that happens, they're like, we did that for sure.
Yeah, we'll take credit for that.
So where does that leave us? With a gross possibility. Maybe Rudy Mazzella was just a violent blowhard trying to sound scarier than he was.
Yep.
Every scene has that guy. The guy who tells you he knows where the bodies are buried, but also needs to borrow $20.
Yeah. You know, maybe he saw his notes in the book and was like, I don't like the way this looks.
Yeah, it's true, because he was hosting the parties, and he knows that if word gets out, it's going to come back to him.
Yep.
Why'd you invite this loudmouth motherfucker that's writing shit down and recording us? There's a lot to lose.
Yeah, it could be as simple as that, where he knew that she was writing shit down, or that maybe they had some kind of relationship and she wrote horrible shit about him and he found out.
Yeah. You know, maybe Christa was killed by someone like him from the dark side of the party. Someone violent, impulsive, someone who didn't give a shit about her acting credits, her diary, or her dreams. Her daughter told CBS that she believed her mother may have realized she was in danger and that the situation had gotten ugly, involving dark people and lifestyles Christa did not want to be a part of. She thought maybe she had entered some rooms where the cost of leaving was higher than the cost of entering. And the last theory is really just about jealousy. Cold case detectives found a long chain of boyfriends, girlfriends, and people who may have been hurt by Christa. And this is probably, the strongest of them all. Not the flashiest, but the most human. Detectives uncovered the long string of boyfriends and girlfriends and began to suspect jealousy may have been the motive. Detective Harris said they found people Christa was involved with who had other girlfriends, and also women who were upset with Christa, and also women who were upset that Christa would be with their men. Yeah, so...
I do believe she was found with skin under her fingernails.
Yes.
And it was female.
It was. We'll get to that in 1 second.
Okay.
Apparently, Christa was just like very competitive. Her sister Marissa remembered tension between them when Marissa started getting attention from men Christa was interested in.
Okay.
This is a classic female move.
Yep.
So whenever Marissa would get too close to a guy that Christa had her eyes on, she threw her out of her apartment. Oh, you
That's
get
one
too
way
close.
to do it.
You gotta go. It's very competitive out there in every facet of the world, but specifically women on women.
Yeah.
They will. But it is annoying when even dudes will do this. They'll get pissed if a girl talks to you and they're like, "Well, I wanted to talk to her." But it's like you're already talking to another girl.
Yeah.
And you just want them all.
Right.
Christa just lived very intensely. And sometimes intensity attracts people who can't handle being hurt.
Yeah.
And the final recording session became a major focus of this too, because Debbie Danilo said Christa flaunted her relationship with Frankie Crocker and claimed Christa was having an affair with Patty Collins at the same time.
Jesus.
Debbie described Patty as intensely jealous of anyone around Christa. Holy shit. Debbie said her first thought after the murder was that Christa's female lover may have killed her because she seemed threatened and dark around her.
Oh.
But investigators, that was the first time they really thought about it. They took seriously the possibility of a female killer, especially after new forensic evidence emerged. It was reported that Christa's fingernails, preserved for decades, yielded DNA. Investigators said the DNA came from a woman.
Oh.
Another woman, not her own.
Yep.
This is a major detail because Christa fought back. If she had scratched her attacker, there could be skin cells under the nails. DNA under the fingernail does not automatically mean killer DNA.
Yeah, it could be just from being around people and stuff.
And could be from scratching someone's back, both male and female.
Oh, yeah. And she's fucking and sucking, so.
Yeah, it's brutal. So it turns out that Debbie Danilo gave her DNA. And investigators said it did not match the DNA under Christa's fingernails. So Debbie, we know, is not the killer.
All right.
Detectives also said there was no evidence tying Debbie to the murder. Then there was Patty Collins. Cold case detectives tracked down Patty. They said multiple people described Patty and Christa as having a close sexual and professional relationship and a falling out. But when interviewed, Patty denied even knowing Christa and denied ever being in Southern California, which detectives said contradicted what they knew.
Ooh.
So how does she not? I mean, I guess there's not enough evidence.
And she refused to give DNA, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. So we might have the actual person on our hands here.
Damn it, Patty.
Yeah.
It's Pat.
It's just tough for Patty to be like, nope, never heard of her, never been there before.
Yeah.
But there is evidence of a final recording of them all being in a studio together. And she's just like, nothing to see here.
Right. She got like her pubic hair in her mouth. She's like, nothing here.
But no conviction. She was never arrested, nothing. All we know is that a woman's DNA was found under Christa's nail. And at least one woman in Christa's circle was described as jealous. One was excluded by DNA, and, that's really where we still sit today. We have no current update other than those theories that we talked about. I do want to say for my final thought that I hope to God that Paulie Walnuts was doing it to, if he actually went in there and grabbed everything and, helped conceal the tapes in the diary, that he was doing it to help Christa.
Well, somewhere I heard that Paulie Walnut said that he never even knew Christa.
I mean, that's what everyone said. Christa, I never even knew her.
What bugs her? I don't know what that is.
So it is fascinating. I mean, everybody goes into self-preservation mode when something like this happens.
Yeah.
It's clear that she did know a lot of people. She was seen with them. She was partying with a lot of people. So do I believe that all of a sudden all these guys never seen her before in my life? She's just some girl that was around at a party one time.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. But that just makes it all the more frustrating that we're never going to get the full true story unless someone has a deathbed confession, which rarely happens.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about cold cases as well, too. And it sounds like maybe people were trying to clean up for her reputation, but obviously they're looking out for their own reputation.
Yes.
They're not going to be throwing themselves under the bus. Wink, wink, Patty Collins.
Yeah. Yeah. Where were you, Patty?
Well, the fact that she has, DNA under her fingernails, it's female, and this female that is close to her will not give the samples is, it's very sketchy. But again, I don't want to be lumped into it as well. I don't want to be lumped into this. I didn't do it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to be wrongly accused.
Well, you leave it open to be wrongfully accused.
Yeah. I mean, my final thoughts is I think she's wrong place, wrong time. I think she had her keeping her address book or keeping these little details about all these people who were rich and powerful was a huge mistake, obviously. And I think that came back to bite her.
Yeah. There was one update in 2025 where new info emerges on actress linked to Joe Namath slain in unsolved cold case.
I want to kill you.
I just want to kill you. This is a report from Heavy.com. It says, in the darkened night of February 12th, 1977, a 28-year-old Hollywood actress with a reputation as a party girl was brutally murdered on a quiet street in West Hollywood, California. Christa Helm, who was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with the given name Sandra Lynn Volfile, was stabbed a reported 22 times, as well as bludgeoned on the head and face with a blunt object or fist.
Hey.
Her murder has never been solved. But Helm reportedly dated a wide array of celebrities, including New York Jets Hall of Fame quarterback, Broadway kissy-face Joe Namath, who led the Jets to their first and only Super Bowl victory in 1969. In the early 70s, Namath was at the height of his fame. In 72, Namath led the NFL in passing yards and touchdowns and earned his 5th Pro Bowl appearance. But then the other celebrities linked to Helm were also world famous, including Mick Jagger, Warren Beatty, Jack Nicholson, and musician Johnny Rivers.
Ew.
There is no suggestion that Namath or any of the famous people Helm reportedly dated were tied to her murder. At the same time, according to investigator and journalist Jamie Duvall, who maintains the Who Killed Christa Helm website and says he is the author of an upcoming book with the same title, Helm kept a, quote, sex diary in which she chronicled her intimate experiences with various celebrities, including ratings of famous men and their sexual performances.
I mean, thinking about that too, she was brutally murdered, and they said it was like a crime of passion, and it was very brutal and impactful.
Yeah.
Like, would a female? I'm not saying a female's not capable of that, but that definitely seems like more of a male thing,
Right.
But again, I guess it's possible.
Yeah. It says she's believed to have kept the diary with her at all times in her purse. Why?
Yeah, that's
If you forget it at the coffee table or the coffee shop, people are just going to have access to your entire life story.
well, the fact that everybody knows about this journal is a problem.
Yes.
Like, it's your journal. Keep it private. It's just about my day.
Exactly. But the purse went missing and the night of her murder and has never since been found.
Wow.
Quote, this has led to speculation that the attacker might have been after her diary. Duvall wrote in his site, if Christa had planned to publish this diary or use it as a tool in a blackmailing scheme, it could provide yet another motive for her murder.
Absolutely.
Duvall revealed what he said is new information about the case, information that could potentially point in a different direction than the, quote, sex diary motive. On the same night that Helm was murdered, a sex worker named Sheila Green was also brutally stabbed to death off of Mulholland Drive in Los Angeles,
Really?
about 5 miles from the spot where Helm was slain. Duvall's research uncovered that police in 1977 did believe Helm and Green's cases were committed by the same perpetrator, although there was no evidence that the pair knew each other. What's crazy about this is that there was an investigator that told him that Helm herself may have been an escort at some point while living in New York City,
Wow.
the period where she would have dated Namath, and she fell into the orbit of a man named David Stein, who Duvall described as a male madam. Hello, I'm David. I'll be your male madam tonight. He was using women to dig up information on wealthy clients. So he was just trying to honeypot these people with gorgeous women and get them to talk. You get the escorts to get in there, get them drunk, have sex with them, and then all of a sudden they know everything about them. So he was using it as an intelligence tool. Does it sound familiar?
Yeah.
Everybody give it up for Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic scheme that happens far too often.
I could see her doing that as well. If you love what you do you really work a day in your life?
The sad part about this lead is that Steen died in 2021 without ever being questioned by police. So it is crazy that she may have been involved with this guy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There are connections between both of them, and that could have ultimately been the reason for her death. Yeah, and this article says that her relationship was with a 34-year-old karate instructor. So Jesus, it's all over the place.
And she knew karate, so she was
Yes.
she was into karate. So maybe she tried to fucking,
She did.
slap this dude around or this girl around.
She tried, man, and apparently it was too much. Whoever she was up against was far more powerful and far more angry.
Yeah, she went up against a black belt apparently.
It's just so sad because we truly don't know. It's scary to think that someone could do something like this and never get caught.
Yeah.
But it also is a year in time that forensic evidence, forensic investigations aren't what they are today.
Yeah, of course. In the 70s, again, like with the serial killing, with the crimes, and
Yes.
I'm sure the movie industry is way more seedier back then than it is today.
Yeah. And goddamn, it's still seedy today.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. Such a sketchy career to get into.
Yeah, it's just so sad, but also so striking to think that Polly Walnuts is running around the back of it.
Yeah.
Possibly trying to help cover it up for any amount of reasons. But
Yeah, it's like, with Christopher Walken, with Natalie Wood,
yes, who's
Like, I
still,
don't know.
he's never talked.
Yeah.
It's Christopher Walken. You need to come out and talk about what you heard.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another day.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, everybody, so much for listening. We will be back next week.
And until next week.
Don't go dying on us. Bye-bye.
You have just heard
A true Hollywood.
Shocker.
I have never seen anything like this before.
The movies, Broadway, music, television, all of it.
A place that manufactures
Nightmares.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.
Good night. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon.